Hey, what's happening, everybody? I'm Tommy C. This is Shot with the Point News. If you've been enjoying our videos or clicking in once in a while, I'd like to ask you to click the subscribe button and then the bell for our latest news updates. With that being said, let's go over the week in very, very stupid happenings in social media news. Everyone's had one. We've all been through this experience. We've all had that friend that we wish we never had. That's right. Mumkey Jones recently did a video on how he dealt with just such a friend. Mumkey Jones' former friend and collaborator, appropriately named Asperger, recently filed strikes on his Vimeo account. These copy strikes, as they've come to be known, are of Asperger's music that was used to collaborate with Mumkey Jones. In other words, Mumkey certainly had permission to use them because Asperger, in some cases, was in the videos that are in question. So no doubt these are revenge copy strikes. The reason for the revenge is an incident that happened a couple months ago when Asperger's girlfriend gave Mumkey a call and said that he was trying to kill her. In the ultimate backstab in internet history, Mumkey did what most people, sensible people, would do and called the police so she could be protected. That resulted in felony domestic abuse charges on Asperger, which apparently, in his mind, is all Mumkey's fault. Since we're all being petty, Mumkey had a little revenge of his own. The only difference is it was extremely entertaining and creative. Here you go.
When Asperger lived here in Raleigh and then decided to move to Georgia, he left a big box of kitchen things in my house. We have blenders and pots and pans and all these things. He said,
"Ain't gonna need that where you're going."
If somebody leaves a bunch of shit at your house, at what point do you legally own it? And I actually talked to a lawyer about this, telling them that they have 30 days to pick up their shit. And you have to send that to their legal residence. Of course, I did not know his legal residence because I knew he's not legally allowed to live with Jackie. But according to this DMCA, a legal copyright takedown that he filled out himself today, that is where he still lives. So when I send this letter to that address that he claims is his legal address, and then he does not come within 30 days to pick up his stuff, I own it. So let me really quickly read this letter I'm writing. It stated, "Over the past few months, I've tried several times to call and text your cell phone, but I've received no answer. So I am now sending this letter to the legal address you gave on the copyright takedown you filed against me earlier today. If you do not retrieve your items within 30 days, I will sell them. Sincerely, the guy who saved your girlfriend's life when you tried to kill her." I'm going to auction off all of the stuff he left in my house, with the proceeds from the auction going to a charity that supports domestic abuse victims, folks. Now, Brandon, I know how much you hate it when domestic abuse victims try to get help. So if I were you, I would get your high-tailed ass to my house within the next 30 days to pick up your stuff before, according to my lawyer, it is legally my property.
Look, all jokes aside, I have a special message for Asperger. Here's what you should do. Call Mumkey Jones, beg his forgiveness, thank him for saving your girlfriend who probably should have thrown you under the bus. Go to your lawyers, plead guilty, and do your fucking time like a man. This made big news this week. Tim Pool, YouTube journalist, was recently on the Joe Rogan show to debate Jack Dorsey, the head of Twitter, and one of his colleagues, the head of Trust and Safety on Twitter. And I apologize if I'm butchering the name, Vijaya Gaddy. One of the standout moments in this podcast was when Tim Pool brought up the Learn to Code controversy. That stems from BuzzFeed articles in 2014 suggesting that recently laid off coal miners should learn to code, that is, go into computer coding. When you're a working class white guy like It was a funny joke back then, apparently. So in late 2018, early 2019, when major layoffs came to BuzzFeed and other online crap news organizations, folks on Twitter tweeted them, "Learn to code." And in true hypocritical style, Twitter decided to ban some of these Twitter users for actually just getting revenge against the insensitive BuzzFeed reporters who are now facing the same predicament as the coal miners so many years ago. This is Tim Pool on Joe Rogan addressing this controversy.
And we also learned that there was a targeted campaign being organized off our platform to abuse and harass these journalists.
That's not true. So see, here's the thing. An activist who works for NBC wrote that story and then lobbied you. You issued an official statement, and then even the editor-in-chief of the Daily Caller got a suspension for tweeting "Learn to Code" at the Daily Show.
So I have never talked to anybody from NBC about this issue, so I'm not sure.
So they report it. Don't misrepresent me. They report it. The narrative goes far and wide amongst your circles. Then all of a sudden, you're seeing high-profile conservatives tweeting a joke, getting suspensions.
So again, some of these tweets actually contained death threats, wishes of harm, other coded language that we've seen to mean death to journalists. So it wasn't about just the learn to code. It was about the context that we were seeing.
Come on, that's just not true. That's just not true. The editor-in-chief of the Daily Caller was suspended for tweeting nothing but #learn to code.
So, Tim, can I finish what I was saying?
Yeah.
So we were looking at the context, and what was happening is there were journalists receiving hundreds of tweets. Some had death threats, some had wishes of harm, some just learned to code. And in that particular context, we made a decision.
I guess in the corporate world, constantly repeating yourself and not addressing the accusation is somehow winning the argument.
We consider this type of behavior dogpiling, which is when all of a sudden individuals are getting tons and tons of tweets at them. They feel very abused or harassed on the platform.
Can we pause this? Because this is super confusing for people who don't know the context. The learn to code thing is in response to people saying that people that are losing their jobs, like coal miners and truck drivers and things like that, could learn to code. It was almost like in jest initially. Or if it wasn't in jest initially, it was so poorly thought out as a suggestion that people started mocking it, right? Correct?
So
correct?
The first stories that came out were simply like, can miners learn to code? It was
coal miners, right?
And the #learn to code is just a meme. It's not even necessarily a conservative one, though you will see more conservatives using it.
But it was people are using it to mock how stupid the idea of taking a person who's uneducated, who's in their 50s, who should learn some new form of vocation, and then someone says learn to code, and so then other people, when they're losing their job or when something's happening, people would write learn to code because it's a meme.
Well, not even necessarily. I would just characterize learn to code as a meme that represents the elitism of modern journalists and how they target certain communities with disdain.
Okay.
So to make that point, there are people who have been suspended for tweeting something like, "I'm not too happy with how BuzzFeed reported the story. #learn to code." Right, making representation of these people are snooty elites who live in ivory towers. But again, this is a meme that has nothing to do with harassment. But it's some people might be harassing somebody and might tweet it. Why would we expect to see, even still today, I'm still getting messages from people with screenshots saying I've been suspended for using a hashtag, and the editor-in-chief of the Daily Caller, right? He quote tweeted a video from the Daily Show with #learn to code, and he got a suspension for it.
So why learn to code? Why is that alone so egregious?
And I don't think it is so egregious. I think
is it
that's
just something
background.
that got stuck in an algorithm?
No, it was, again, a specific set of issues that we were seeing targeting a very specific set of journalists. And it wasn't just the learn to code. It was a couple of things going on. A lot of the accounts tweeting learn to code were ban invaders, which means they've previously been suspended.
Let me spare you. Big surprise. She repeated herself again, didn't really address the allegations at all, which is really the core of the anger towards organizations like BuzzFeed. Tim Pool exposed that without a doubt. And so much so that Jack Dorsey did suggest that maybe he had been a little too hard on conservative users. And now it's my favorite part of the show, and I'm sure yours too. This week in social media headlines. Classic Battle Royale game H1Z1 is back, or rather they have rolled back. It's recently been sold by Daybreak Games and renamed Z1BR, and the idea behind that is to appease Z1 players that have not been happy with the changes that have happened over the years. At one time, Z1BR was the creme de la creme of the Battle Royale community. But in recent years, it's been plagued by lack of player interest and surpassed by games like Fortnite, PUBG, and most recently Apex Legends. The Good Doctor, Dr. Disrespect, went back to H1Z1, which is a game that helped him get famous, and he went on to say that the game wasn't rolled back quite far enough. In fact, that it was rolled back to a point where it actually started to dip. Here's more from The Good Doctor.
Pause the music. For me, it was good to just taste H1Z1, but man, that's all I needed, and that's the last time I'll ever play H1Z1. That's all I needed. Right? I've done it all in H1Z1, did it all, right? We did it all. We maxed out everything, and then to play AAA games and then to go back to that, it's just, I can't do it. I can't do it. Some can, and good luck. But boy, oh boy, it's... Can't do it, man.
Big news, Alinity won't play Just Dance anymore because of all the pervs.
First, do you like Just Dance? Oh my god, I love Just Dance, but I don't play on stream anymore because too many pervs.
Well, Dextro.com also pointed out that she...
My butt sweat? I don't have butt sweat. What's wrong with you?
Introducing your champion.
Sounds like a trick.
Anyone want to take me out? Come find me.
I think so. It's gotta be a trick.
I know you're all enjoying Apex Legends as much as I am, but I'm here to tell you, you suck. This guy is really good at it. Check this Twitch streamer out.
Oh, romper el culo. Ahora sí vamos a romper el culo. Rompa el culo, manito. Saque tu coronilla negra y grandotiña.
Te puso atrás el camión, ¿eh?
Sí.
Adiós, papu. La rushea de su vida se
No
comió.
hay más nadie, no hay más nadie.
Nel.
Wow, godlike. Yeah, you guessed it. When I was a young man, oh so long ago, I was told never to text message breakup. You would think that would apply to IRL streaming, or at least don't IRL tell your girlfriend you've been kissing other chicks.
I kissed her. I kissed Tina 4 days ago. I'm sorry. Because I told you at that moment I was gonna No, please.
That's cheating.
Yeah, it is. But isn't the music perfect?
Huh? What are you doing? Okay, hold on, please. And keep your money back. Keep your money back. I will leave too. Keep your money. Hold on. Please sit. 네. Please come back. Please. Oh, please come back. Please come back. Just sit, please. Sit for a while till I end this beer, please.
Yeah, how thoughtless. Who wants to be alone while they're drinking a beer? Thanks for checking in, everybody. Hope you like, sub, share, all that good stuff. Please follow us on Twitter for episode updates and podcast updates and all sorts of stuff going on the entire Shot from the Point network. This next Tommy C clip of the week is for you, the computer user that's having all sorts of problems and has no idea why. This clip, I want you to pay close attention to it because you just might learn something. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next week, maybe sooner.
Here, look, I literally just don't know how to fix it. It's like, how is my computer at 82%? 82%. What are you doing? What are you doing at 82% when I have 2 things up? Get a new one? I don't want to get a new one. Turn OBS off, it'll work.
Wow.